Hey everybody, how you doing? It's Brett Popish here with Popish Mortgage Group and Universal Lending Home Loans. Hope you guys are having a great week, or as great of a week as we can possibly have. Today is Friday, March 27th. It's been a while since I put out a video, and I felt it kind of necessary today. There is a lot of things happening in the financial world, as you can imagine, a lot of things happening in the economy overall. And so I thought I'd come to you and kind of give you a brief update on a couple different things that have caught my attention over the last few days. Now, as you can imagine, anytime we deal with something like this, there definitely is a lot of misinformation out there, a lot of rumor. So let's try to curb a little bit of that if we can, and be sure to bring some truth and honesty and factual information out to our partners, our clients, and the overall community that we serve. So the first thing that I want to talk about is a rumor that I heard over the last couple of days that Chafa is no longer operating. They're not funding loans, things like that. I will tell you at this moment in time that is unequivocally untrue. I've been on the phone today at length with our CFO as well as our representatives at Chafa. And then also Chafa sent out a memorandum a little bit ago that basically said they're still fully functional and operational. There is nothing going on right now with Chafa loans that is specific to them by any means. Now, there are some mortgage companies that have made the business decision to stop offering Chafa loan products. And there's nothing wrong with that. That is those companies' prerogative. That is their choice to make those business decisions as they see fit. What I can tell you with us at Universal Lending, we are still offering Chafa loans, and we've actually recently partnered with Chafa on a kind of a pilot program to where we underwrite the entire file for Chafa. We don't actually send it to them any longer. We'll see if that still holds true over the next coming days and weeks. But that just shows the strength and commitment that our company has made in doing business with Colorado Housing and Finance Authority. Again, they're fully operational. Everything is still good to go as far as they're concerned. However, I do want to talk about a couple things as far as tightening of underwriting guidelines and lending requirements. This is not something that should be a surprise to any of us, quite frankly. For those of us that have been in the business since, the 2008 and before, when we had the financial crisis in 2008, we saw kind of the similar thing that's happening right now in that Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, FHA, all the secondary market investors, what they're trying to do is they're trying to create a responsible lending environment and tightening up on certain underwriting guidelines to make sure that the loans that we are funding and that we are approving are actually going to perform in the long run. Perform not only for the investors on Wall Street, but perform for our customers. We definitely want to be sure that we put our clients and our customers in a loan program that is sustainable for them and their future of home ownership. So that's the reason for some of this tightening that you're going to experience if you haven't experienced it already. What this tightening is going to look like is possible higher credit score requirements, lower debt to income ratio requirements, possibly lower loan to value requirements. We haven't really seen much in the way of that just yet, but if that were to happen, we should not be surprised with that. Okay. One thing else that lenders are doing, and we actually implemented it this week at Universal Lending, is we are now requiring verification of employments within 48 hours of closing. Now, you might ask, why do we need to do that? Well, with the nature that we have of people getting laid off, getting furloughed, their job is maybe considered non-essential. We have to make sure that at the time we close that transaction, they are gainfully employed and still earning the same level of income that we approve the loan at. Otherwise, unfortunately, there's no option for us but to either put a hold on that loan or deny it if they no longer have a job. Hopefully, we can put a hold on it and just kind of continue the transaction at a later date, depending on the scenario. The last thing that I want to talk about, and this has been flying across the internet, social media like wildfire, and to be quite frank, I feel it to be a bit irresponsible. And what I'm referring to is the headlines that you see on some of the articles out there about how homeowners can skip up to 6 mortgage payments. The Fed has approved some sort of mortgage forbearance that homeowners don't have to make their mortgage payments. And although that's partially true, I feel like it's our responsibility to make sure that our clients, our consumers, our industry partners the community we serve, it's our responsibility to make sure that everybody knows the truth behind this, okay? So if somebody is affected by COVID, and what I mean by being affected by it, either they got sick, they're currently ill, they lost their job due to one of their employers shutting down, they got laid off, they got furloughed, whatever the case may be, however they might have been affected, they need to communicate with their creditors, not only mortgage companies, but auto loan companies, credit card companies, student loan companies. It's imperative that they communicate with their creditors, fill out the proper paperwork, get it submitted to get those forbearances approved. Please do not assume that I can just skip a payment. I don't have to make a payment. By doing that, what's going to happen is your credit's going to get affected negatively, and that negative report on your credit could last and have a lasting impact for years to come. Plus, of course, we don't want to see people go into foreclosure based on what they thought they read on the internet or what they saw in some headline. If you're going to share any sort of articles on social media, quite frankly, put some context to it. Please do that. It's fine to share those articles, but please put some context to it in your comment so that the people actually click on the article, read the content, and understand what's going on. Now more than ever, we need to be the professionals out there. And being the professional basically means we have to educate and make sure that everybody we come in contact with is fully aware of what the situation is. I hope you all found this useful. I'll probably be doing this once a week just to kind of give you guys a brief update as to how things are changing, because the fact is what we're dealing with is a rapidly changing environment. And unfortunately, the goalpost tends to get moved on us from time to time, as you might have already experienced with your closings. I encourage you to reach out should you have any questions. Feel free to call, email, however you want to get in contact with me, please do. And I'm happy to help out any way I can. Other than that, please stay out, or excuse me, please stay healthy, wash those hands, and I'm sure we'll all get through this together. Thank you so much. Have a great weekend.